heavy storm was raging in the vicinity of Corona, New Mexico, 75 miles northwest of Roswell. Rancher Mac Brazel and his neighbors heard a loud explosion around 11:30 p.m. At the same time, Jim Ragsdale and his girlfriend Trudy were camping in the desert some 40 miles northwest of Roswell. Suddenly they observed a bright flash and what appeared to be a bright light source falling from the sky and moving toward the southeast. Meanwhile that night, Army Air Force radar operators and intelligence officers, including Frank Kaufman, sat anxiously around the radar scope at Alamogordo and watched intently as an unidentified flying object danced on the screen. Then, suddenly, the entire screen lit up like a Christmas tree. The chief radar operator said that the unidentified flying object went down somewhere north of Roswell. Roswell Army Airfield was immediately contacted. Frank Kaufman and his intelligence group left Alamogordo and headed toward Roswell. In constant contact by radio with Roswell Army Airfield, they were told that two families traveling south toward Roswell on Highway 285 had reported seeing a fiery aircraft crashing to the earth northwest of Roswell. Just before midnight, Jesse Marcel and a special detachment were sent north from Roswell Army Airfield to find the crash site. The recovery of the crashed object with its alien occupants was underway, and the greatest cover-up in the history of mankind had begun. The detachment from Roswell Army Airfield and Frank Kaufman and his intelligence team made their way north of Roswell and soon spotted a glow on the horizon. Their search continued, turning west of Highway 285. They had to cut fences and traverse some very rugged terrain. It was a stormy night, and with the aid of searchlights they made their way through the high desert, and then there it was, a downed craft of unknown origin. They radioed Roswell Army Airfield of their find. They asked for a chemical team to be dispatched to the site to determine the safety of approaching the wreckage. The chemical crew arrived and examined the craft and gave clearance for the recovery to begin. 5 alien bodies were discovered. One of the bodies was thrown free of the craft. One was found half in and half out of the craft, and the other 3 were still inside. They were all dead. The area was cordoned off, and a flatbed truck and crane arrived. The bodies were covered and the craft was hoisted onto the flatbed. The rain and the darkness made the recovery difficult, but time was short. They had to complete the recovery before sunrise to safeguard their incredible find. The last thing the military and the government wanted was for their extraterrestrial secret to become public knowledge.